Welcome back to Factful Finance. Ever wondered if all those things you've heard about credit scores are actually true? Well, buckle up, because we're about to debunk some of the biggest credit score myths that have been floating around. You'll be surprised at what really matters when it comes to your credit score, and how some common advice might actually be leading you astray. But first, a quick disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only. For personalized financial advice, always consult with a professional. Now, let's dive in. Myth number 1. Checking your own credit score will hurt it. You've probably heard that checking your credit score can lower it. Well, that's simply not true. When you check your own score, it's considered a soft inquiry, which has no impact on your credit. On the other hand, when a lender checks your credit score as part of a loan application, that's a hard inquiry, and that can cause a slight dip. So feel free to check your score regularly. It's a smart habit to keep track of your financial health. Myth number 2. Closing old credit accounts will improve your score. It seems logical, right? If you're not using that old credit card, why not close it to reduce your debt load? But here's the twist. Closing old accounts can actually hurt your credit score. Why? Because one of the key factors in your score is your credit utilization rate, and closing accounts reduces your total available credit. It can also shorten your credit history, which accounts for 15% of your score. The longer your credit history, the better. So unless you're paying high annual fees on that old card, keep it open. Myth number 3. Carrying a small balance is better than paying off credit cards in full. A lot of people believe that keeping a small balance on their credit cards will boost their credit score. In reality, the opposite is true. The best way to boost your credit score is by paying off your balance in full each month. Carrying debt from month to month can increase your credit utilization, which could harm your score. Plus, paying your balance in full shows lenders that you can manage credit responsibly. Myth number 4. Your credit score is only impacted by how much you owe. While your debt plays a role in your score, it's not the only factor. In fact, there are 5 key factors that make up your credit score. Payment history, 35%, amounts owed, 30%, length of credit history, 15%, new credit, 10%, and types of credit used, 10%. So if you've been diligent about making payments on time, even if you owe some money, your score could still be in great shape. Myth number 5. A higher income guarantees a better credit score. Credit scores have absolutely nothing to do with how much money you make. What matters is how responsibly you manage the credit you have. Lenders care more about your payment history, debt-to-income ratio, and overall credit utilization than they do about your salary. So don't be discouraged if your income isn't as high as someone else's. That doesn't mean your credit score can't shine. Real-world tip. If you're looking to boost your score, start by making consistent, on-time payments and reduce your overall credit utilization. A good rule of thumb is to aim to use less than 30% of your available credit. And if you can, pay your credit card bills before the statement date, not just the due date, to reduce your reported balance. Myth number 6. A credit score of 700 is perfect. Not necessarily. While 700 is considered a good score, the range for credit scores goes from 300 to 850. So, a score of 740 could open up better interest rates than one of 700. But even more important is knowing that what constitutes a perfect score may vary depending on the lender and the type of credit you're applying for. Don't focus too much on the number. Focus on your overall financial health and improvement. Now, let's wrap this up. These myths can create a lot of confusion. But the key takeaway here is simple. Understanding what actually affects your credit score is the first step toward improving it. If you're working on increasing your score, take the time to build a solid payment history, avoid opening too many new accounts, and keep your credit utilization low. It's not about magic tricks, just smart, consistent financial habits. What's your biggest credit score myth you've heard? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for joining us here at Factful Finance. If you liked this video, be sure to click that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on more practical financial tips and myth-busting insights. And if you're ready to take your financial journey to the next level, check out the video popping up next. It's packed with tips that can help you boost your financial health in no time.